Yeah, so man, the biggest thing, I'm happy that everybody's hopefully people start joining us on this live. This is like a freestyle live, not many topics, but just venting a little bit. So, man, I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna get right into it. Let me tell you, how you doing, Sawyer?
I'm doing, man. It's hot.
Yeah,
I'm
you
hot
got jacket.
every day.
You got a jacket on.
Yeah, but it's cold in the house.
Oh,
Got to keep it
um,
cold because it's so damn hot.
man, let me tell you the frustrating part, man, of things. Um, and maybe people are watching, maybe they're not, but it'll be out there. So when you in this industry, and it's like, so things have changed so much in this industry as far as the entertainment industry, um, to where as long as you got a phone, you've got a studio. As long as you've got Wi-Fi and a telephone account, then you got access to YouTube and you've got a platform. So everybody with a microphone and a camera has a platform. Somewhere along the lines, man, back in the days, it was so much more territorial. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very territorial, um, and very competitive and very territorial. And I believe some of that has leaked over. I brought some of that over with me from the past generation over into this generation, to and I'm trying to alleviate that, man, and not have these impulsive, I wouldn't say feelings because I don't like to live off the feeling part, but impulsive ideas and thoughts, um which centers around thinking people owe me stuff for shit that I've done in the past for them. Um and I gotta stop that, man. I gotta stop it. It puts me in a bad place. Um
Think about
and
what you
people
said, though.
what do you say?
Think about what you said, though. You said it used to be so competitive, but nowadays everybody has a studio, right? I
You
think
can't.
it's more competitive than it's ever been because now you're not fighting against the select group of people that share the same hobbies and interests as you. Now you're fighting against an entire generation that thinks that they are content creators and take
I,
themselves seriously for it.
and in a way I agree with that, because you are you yeah, you're up against anybody with a phone. But with it being so oversaturated, it doesn't have to be competitive because it's almost the norm. So being that it's almost the norm, I kind of got to get used to everybody trying to be a fucking content creator. And I got to just sit back and shut up and watch people go down the highway that I went down and make the mistakes that I've made. Um, and that's what I'm working on. I was gonna come on here and start blasting some shit, but as I'm starting to speak it, it's just not the right idea. Maybe I should just kind of like chill out. Uh, but I do see things. You know what I'm saying? On social media, I see. I have a big problem with. This is what I have a huge problem with these cocksuckers. Um, if you're invited on someone's platform, whether it's to fucking, it's been 8 minutes, right? Let me see. Oh no, it hasn't. Oh,
4.5.
okay. Pardon my language, but it is live, so I'll slow it down a little bit. But
Oh.
whether it's to, you know, um, do an interview, do a cameo, whether they're doing movies, whether they're doing anything, if they asked you to participate and to add your talent, I feel like they did you a service, and it's somewhat of an honor. to not, and I've asked many people to be on my platform, be on my movies, be on my shows, my showcases, all types of things. I can probably count on one hand. I know I can count on one hand with the amount of times I've been invited on other people's platform. That's less than 5. And I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. And I know I've been doing the virtual, the promoting and all that stuff since 2000 and for at least 7 years now, 7 to 8 years. That's the movies, the comedy club, the whole shit. I've been invited on people's platform less than 5 times. So I'm on the lines of saying, honestly, like, who the fuck do y'all think y'all are?
It's the
I mean,
competitive nature, man.
like, like for real? Like seriously? And then I've put people together, and now I sit and I watch these people who I put together, who in no other world would be together, not relationship wise, but on certain projects, certain movies, certain showcases, so forth. And then you'll see them, yeah, that's my aunt, yeah, big aunt, and blah 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 blah. You guys didn't know each other existed, you know. Pay some fucking respect. So the thing is, I made it real public when I got custody of, I started doing the custody thing with my grandchildren and the challenges that come along with that and the sacrifices that I had to make in order to do what I'm doing, which meant, okay, I'm not going to be able to pull up at all the events. I'm not going to be able to produce this. I'm not going to be able to film this, edit that. It cut me out of a lot of stuff. But to be honest with you, the general public fucking loves that I'm cut out. The same people who won't invite me on their fucking podcasts, on their networks, make me a part of their films or any of that shit. Those same people. I'm a very good actor. No one's ever asked. I mean, I made 5 fucking movies without a script.
I bet they want to be on your shit though.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I asked them to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the honorable thing to do. If you got a project going on and there's talented people around, you deal with. I've even came to people who direct movies and said, "Yo, you want to go in on a movie?" Michael Bowie, he's been on our show. Michael Bowie's a director. I came at Michael Bowie with that. I say, "Oh, Mike, you think you want to let's team up and do a movie? I think it'll make a big splash with what you do and how you visualize things, and combined with my smash and grab type of filming. Let's do something." Send me over the script. Let me sit with the script and and
So,
bitch, you ain't fucking Ernest Hemingway. You're not fucking Denzel Washington, nigga.
yeah,
Like, what? Okay, so
script.
if you definitely have to have a script, this is what I'll do. I'm gonna give you a storyline of the entire movie, summarized. What more do you need? Do you need me to say John says this, Mary says this? What are you talking about? I'll give you a script. So I explained to him, I said, and yeah, I'm putting our business out, which it needs to be out because to me it's foolish. So I say, Michael, I don't know if you know my history, but my my calling card is improv cinema. Bash it if you want to. Can't hardly see. Bash it if you want to. Call it what you want to. But in this area of North Carolina, I am the only dude who have put movies together with no scripts. It's called improv. It's story. I paint the story. I put the 2 actors or 3 actors or whatever the number is in the situation. I let them know what the situation is, and I let them deal with their own energies. You walk into a room, you're a married man, you walk into a room where your bedroom, where your wife is, your wife's with another man. Action. I don't have to write that shit down. I don't have to write and tell you how to react. The fuck? So I'm explaining to this brother, I'm like, well, yo, Michael, I'm kind of known for improv cinema. I want to mesh it with some of your ideas and maybe we can make something work. Well, yeah, I'm not really comfortable with doing work without a script and da 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 da. Man, I saw your film. Nigga, you didn't need no script. I saw your film. You did not need a script.
People want to call themselves actors. Well,
You
then act, bitch.
right, act, not read and recite. You didn't need a script for those movies. I saw the movies. I'll just leave it there. No script was needed. Kick and punch and do whatever else, but no script was needed. Moving on. Locally, I see these big cornball, funny looking bean head can't grow a piece of hair if you implanted one. These guys, man, I see these clowns, and somebody must have told somebody that they're models. And I'm here to be I'm not gonna judge another man because hey, I mean, you cool, you healthy, you good, whatever. But come on, bro. If I see one more selfie or one more picture of the so-called creator looking off into the sun and shit, glaring that way and shit. I mean, it's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. With the same people that I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars watching do not a damn thing, but come with their hands out more. So I got a PSA for all of them tonight. I have a PSA. My grandson is about to be 2 years old, which means all the late at night hopping up every 2 hours. I still do a lot of that because he's growing out of it. But bro, it's about time for me to come back. I'm clawing my way back right now slowly. Got a social worker movie, getting ready to start filming, and I am gonna film it and I am gonna complete it quicker than everybody who's promoting their movies now that they're casting and doing all that shit. Yeah, read your script, sons of bitches. Let me know when you've studied it long enough. We'll be finished. And then I'll probably like rent the Alamo, we view it and all of that stuff. Again, you know, movie theater, champagne, all the great shit again. So, man, I had them in there drinking champagne and eating pizzas and watching the movie in the movie theater, completely locked down for cast. You ain't invite me on your platform? Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Unbelievable.
You must
Unbelievable.
be you must be so hurt, you know.
Oh, I'm crushed. Because I mean, I don't have anything else going on, but just sitting around waiting to be casted. But it's not that I may not even accept. It's just the fact that no one's asked. And how I was raised, man, I was raised to be considerate. I might be an asshole from time to time, but I guarantee you, if I've been an asshole to you, I'm man enough to double back and try to fix that. It might be tomorrow, it might be next month, it might be. I'm gonna try to fix it. But Jesus Christ, bro. I've never seen so many self-absorbed, um, opportunity grabbing, like old ass stargazers. Like I've never seen so many in my life. Never, never. And Facebook and all of that does not help it. It makes it terrible. Excuse the dog. My sister has a dog barking, but we on live, so all of this shit is all part of the flow. So let's get to that's just the local stuff. I'm gonna leave the rest of it alone before I start calling out more names. But I did call out Michael Bowie. If he wants to have a conversation, he's welcome to come back on my platform and talk about it. He won't invite me on one of his platforms or his movies. Hell, I could be an extra. I'll come in and kick at you and shit on your movie, whatever. But the fact that nobody says anything, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. And the younger me would say, well, damn, why they trying to hide your little skinny head, Sean? Why they want to hide you so bad? What are they hiding you for? Couldn't you add to the couldn't you add to it? Like unbelievable. But I enjoy when I'm being rooted against. That is the most pure fuel that you can pump into a high performance vehicle like myself. Purest form. Purest form. Let me give people a little insight on how difficult it is to make a sacrifice that I'm making. Is he crying? Okay, he's not crying. Tune in because it's going to get interesting. And then we got more topics. We getting ready to go for a little while. I went from working, my company is 24/7. The 24/7 was me bringing that part to it. I have people that help me out, so forth and so on. But I would go and go and go. It's 9 o'clock at night. I probably 10 o'clock. I may be leaving from a store right now, heading on in. So being that I can't do that anymore, my day shuts down at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Shut down. Time to get ready to go get my grandson. I'm in. Once I get him from daycare, I'm inside. It's me and him, period. Do you know how much money that's cut out of my life? So, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars. My company, we make a lot of money. But I have to be involved in order for it to run the way it needs to. I've got the most experience. I know I close out the most jobs. Um, it's like my team sets it up and I would close it out. But now it's like I'm setting it up from remote and I have to trust my team to close it out, which it's not always there. It's not everyone's attribute. That's not everyone's specialty. That's one sacrifice. My network, I had to basically hand my network over for the last year. Hadn't had time to do anything on it. Our networks, I'm sorry. Anything on it to contribute hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, believe I've been having a battle with myself and trying to deal with it. And I don't expect anybody to give me any pity, nor flowers, nor awards. But just know that I'm creeping back, and I will be back at some point full-fledged, and I don't need no new friends. You're not invited. You're not invited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not invited. If it's a post on, it's not for you. You know? Don't bother. And you guys will know who you are because you'll know. Because I'm going to probably come at you. I may put a hashtag with your hashtag with it. Because really, fuck you. Honestly, like, really, that's the real, you know, that's me putting all of the tack aside. That's me putting all of the business acumen aside, and professionalism and respect and morality and humility. That's me sitting that to the side. Honestly, fuck you. Like, honestly, fuck you. Like, really, really. Your content ain't that great. You ain't funny. You whack. But I mean, I defer. I don't say much. I just look. But you're
Well,
definitely whack.
don't you think that occasionally you might even have a moral obligation to tell these people fuck them? That
At
might
this point,
even that
yeah,
might not even be necessarily setting morality aside. It might actually be the right and good thing to do.
it
To
is.
stop it in its tracks.
It is most certainly the best thing to do. I think it's at this point. I think has become my job. It has become my job to go through and get rid of all of the filth. Enough is enough. It's filth. It's literally filth. You know, just because you have a camera doesn't make you a content creator. Just because you have a whole lot of time on your hands, and I mean a whole lot of time on your hands, it doesn't make you a content creator. You know, I started rapping when I think I might have been 12. And I rapped for 20 some odd years, put out many albums, did many shows, opened up for Mary J. Blige, Granddaddy IU, performed with Ja Rule, Kwame, performed at this club, that club, this club, that club. So many, I can't even keep count. Opened up a comedy club about 7 or 8 years ago and booked every fucking comedian on the internet. All of these comedians that are on Facebook, I booked them. And my thing is this. You grab your phone and you feel like that this phone and whatever you recorded over the last 24 to 48 hours is equal to all of the hard, tangible work that we had to put down. So again, I'm going to use this time for the remainder of this year to issue out an official fuck you to these people. It's my new job. I got the glasses for it now. So let's get busy. Man, all right. Pull up the other screen, Sawyer. Ben 10 from out of NBA YoungBoys crew and OG3 messed around and got shot trying to take All-Star JR's chain. And the only reason they was doing it is because of Jay Prince Jr.
How do you spell that? How do you spell Ben 10?
Yeah, Ben 10, like the cartoon. BEN and the number 10. No space.
Oh, just the number 10?
Yep. So, you know, let's talk about J.R. Prince Jr. J.R. Prince Jr.
Okay.
is what you call a trust fund baby. He is a baby who was born a millionaire. Yeah, there's Ben 10 right there. You click on anything just to get his picture up. He was born into millions. He's the son of James Prince, who is the founder of Rap-A-Lot. And if you know anything about Rap-A-Lot Records, or matter of fact, if you don't know anything about Rap-A-Lot Records, let me inform you. Jay Prince is basically one of the pioneers of Southern hip-hop and rap. Before there were East Side Boys and Little John and all that, before there was 2 Chainz and before there was Future and all of them, there was Jay Prince and the Ghetto Boys. This was before Master P, all of that. This was before all of them. Jay Prince put it down. Him and Rap-A-Lot Records. And he did it out of a car lot. He did it, man, he took over Texas, basically. Definitely Houston. And he did it all on his own. And I liked it a lot because he did it in the name of his brother, and his brother had gotten killed. So he did it in the name of his brother. But Jay Prince is a forefather of Southern hip hop. You can catch that picture right there. It says, made him paralyzed. And just put that one up. All right. So that's his son on the left. Jay Prince Jr. is his son. He also has another son named Jazz Prince, and then another son. I don't really know the other son's name. So that little dude right there, Jay Prince Jr., is single-handedly dismantling and disgracing everything that his father has put in place over the last 3 decades. Single-handedly. It's like everything this little son of a bitch does is like toxic. He's the guy who was there, got into the argument with Quavo when Takeoff got killed. He's the guy who was gambling with the jeweler dude, Duke the jeweler, before he got killed. So now, he's fucking on this dude's baby mom from out of Detroit, this guy All-Star JR, you know, and JR and Jay Prince Jr., you know, he got his daddy money. Supposed to be running this little Mob Ties record label, but I haven't heard any hits come out of there. But, you know, so he's fucking on this Detroit young man's baby mom and flaunting it all on Facebook, this, that, and the third. He got the woman kissing his bicep. Nigga ain't even got no muscles. He got her kissing his bicep on social media. It's just pathetic, right? But you're supposed to be mob ties. You're supposed to be honorable. And your father is Jay freaking Prince, right? So you don't have to do anything but just don't fuck up. If your father put it down that way, all you got to do is not mess it up. All right. So anyways, something took place to where they knew where the guy was, the baby father, his new girlfriend's baby father. And Jay Prince ended up rallying up all of his guys and going to this little party or whatever and beating the brakes off of the dude. Now, Jay Prince didn't touch him, but the other guys, Ben 10, 3, you know, and those guys are with NBA Youngboy. And, you know, some of the security, all of these dudes, they just mobbed the guy and they beat him bad, brother. They beat him bad. But in the process of the commotion and them roughing him up and slamming him all over the place and beating on him, one of their guns fell out. The gun fell out of one of their pockets, hit the ground. All-Star JR been getting, you know, he's got He's alert enough, even while he's getting beat up by 8 or 9 people, he's alert enough to see the gun on the ground, grabs the gun, and start hitting everybody up. Plop, 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 plop. Shoots Ben 10, floors him, shoots the guy Ron and some other person. Then he goes back and stands over Ben 10, but the gun jammed. He was able to get like 1 or 2 off, but then the gun jammed. He could have killed him. He almost did kill him. And now Ben 10's still in the hospital. It's been fucking 100 days, however many days. And the other dude, Ron, he shot, doesn't have fingers and all of this. So they just locked the guy All-Star JR up because once he shot them, of course, he's a felon, which young YN isn't a felon? That's the whole setup. But we can talk about that another time. But he's a felon. So the thing is, they say the feds came and got him for possession of a firearm. But the thing is, he was defending himself. So he could rightfully defend himself. But when he did, they say that he left with the gun, which made it possession of a firearm by felon once you leave with the gun. But that's still a case that's open, so we'll see how that goes. But my point is the filth that J.R. Prince Jr. is leaving behind his father's legacy is pathetic. It's pathetic and it's heartbreaking. I have a son myself. I have one son, biological. And I have many other sons, but I have one biological son. And let me tell you, when you have a son, you expect your son to be the best. You want your son to be the best. You definitely want your son to be better than you. It's not a question. It's not a question. You want your son to be so much better than you that you cheat along the way to help him exceed past you. You want him to excel past his father. But there's so many YNs, man, that's got a failure to launch. And when I say YNs, man, it's not a color to it. It's not a color to it. It's an age to it. And a lack of maturation. Now, I know young guys think you know everything. I get it because I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was 21, 25, 27, 29. I was that. And I thought I knew. I did. I thought I knew. And what I didn't know, I supplemented with my intensity and my strength. So I supplemented it. If I didn't know, damn it, I'm going to beat you to it. And I'm going to work harder at it because I don't know. And I don't want you to know that I don't know. But I'm going to act like I know long enough to learn it. But man, you can't fucking fake maturation, man. You can't fake maturity. It's not a thing that you can fake until you make. You either mature or you're not mature. But you grow into the maturity, and you grow into maturity through experience. And you only go through experience by trial and error, attempting things, trying. So, and that's the thing I feel like, my offspring needs to do a little more. So as a father, you're a little disappointed. Man, I just wonder at times how Jay Prince feels when he looks at his offspring, his namesake, and this dude's fucking up everything that he touches. Oh my God. I don't even have to wonder how he feels. I know the feeling. No matter how hard you try, that little motherfucker is going to burn it up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, next topic, man. So Klay Thompson And Meg Thee Stallion has called it quits. You heard about that?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I mean, I got a good chuckle out of it. And I'm like, oh no, I never saw that coming. Oh, that's such a shame. Who would have thought that Megan Thee Stallion would have, just it would have just been a +1 to her. But I mean, some people are
So
really heartbroken about this shit. I don't get it.
here's the coinky dink. How about Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty or whatever Kenneth Petty? They called it quits today as well. I mean, it was announced today that they're called it quits. So yeah, let's start with Megan and Klay Thompson. For one, let's keep it real, man. She kicked out of her coverage, bro. Klay Thompson is a higher echelon of a guy than what you would expect Meg to be with. You know what I mean? Klay Thompson is second generation NBA star. He's a Caribbean dude. They're a tight family dude. You know. And let's keep it real, he's a yellow dude. Come on, man. Meg knew better.
They're both kind of.
No, he's yellow. She's brown skinned. He's yellow. Meg knew better.
I mean,
Meg knew better. He's Albie Shore type. Meg knew better. She knew better. But she had to go through it. She should have been taught that as a young girl. Nah, you go ahead and give him some, baby, but don't put all the stock in there. That's Klay Thompson. Come on, man. Golden State Warrior, 4-time champion. He gonna get some pussy. It goes without saying. And then when you look at Meg Thee Stallion, she's a beautiful woman. But come on, man. Klay can get way better.
You see the comments? We got the intel, man. Check the comments.
What are they saying? Oh.
Let's check the comments. Yeah. Check it. That's it.
Oh my God.
That's true, actually.
And you know what? I think that's some Rock Nation BS. And Rock Nation likes to smear everybody who comes against Meg because Meg's their big star right now. 700K monthly. Oh my God. Klay should stand for the hills.
She's not even in a contractual relationship with this dude, and she's already saying that she's worth $750,000 a month from him.
He told her that he is not in agreement with being in a monogamous relationship. But what the hell y'all been doing all these months?
Look, I would say whatever I had to if she was asking for $700K too. I'd just say, look, I'm a Buddhist. I don't even have sex.
I'm like, so if you're not, if he doesn't want to be monogamous, what have you guys been doing?
Well, no, who come on, mate. I mean, she's not listening, but who's Megan Thee Stallion getting with that she expects to be monogamous? She's not what? Come on, she hit the wall before Tory Lanez. Like it was over. It was over for her. Let's talk. Let's talk. You know what? Let's talk about everyone. Meg Thee Stallion roster. Let's just because I've been seeing this a lot today. Look, the very first. I mean, yeah. Let's talk about all the people she's dated. Klay Thompson, Partisan Fonte, Moneybag Yo.
Let me see. I gotta put this on full screen.
I'm gonna say. Here, I got you. Here we go. No, I got you. Klay Thompson, Partisan Fonte, Moneybag Yo, Tory Lanez, G-Eazy, Rumaloo, whatever the.
Okay, wait. G-Eazy.
Yeah, you didn't know that? That was that was a long time ago. Anyway, Burna Boy, DaBaby, Trey Songz, Tory Craig, Meek Mill, and Young Miami. Come on.
I don't know about the Young Miami shit. Wait a minute, Meek Mill?
regardless. Oh yeah, she's been out in the open with all of these people. Like
Yeah,
all of that.
so check so look, so okay, so again, look at the list.
Oh, here.
Pull
Yeah,
the
let's
list
look
back
at the
up real
list.
quick. Check the list out, right? Clay Thompson, she outkicked her coverage. You can put four of them together, and they're not Clay.
No, you put one of these dudes in a past relationship and you're already broke through you've hit the wall. As soon as you've dated any one of these dudes, stop asking for shit.
I mean,
You have expired.
well,
You're
you
old
can't put.
milk.
I won't be,
I mean, you
I
got
don't
it.
know
Look,
Gunna,
it takes
whatever that
more
guy
than
is, Burner Boy, and them, I don't know what they up to. And of course, Trey Songz he's got a reputation
well,
for
he's
being
actually
over the
got the
top.
best reputation other than Clay Thomas probably on this list.
I would say
To be
Burner. I would
honest
say
with you.
Burner. I would say Burner, the Jamaican dude over to the right, will probably have the best reputation besides Clay Thompson. Clay Thompson Clay Thompson's a made man. He's part of
He's
the
a
Splash
stand up.
Brothers.
He's actually
Like,
kind of a stand up dude. If you hear him talk, he's well spoken. He's
oh, Trey,
educated.
Clay Thompson?
Yeah,
It's Michael
yeah,
Thompson's son. Yeah, hell yeah, he
yeah.
is.
He's a stand up
Michael
dude.
Thompson played with Magic Johnson. This is like royalty we're talking about here. Sports royalty, of course. Yeah, we could pull that down. So, yeah. So you kind of expected that. I didn't expect that Meg would be asking him for any money. I don't see where she's justified to do so. He didn't get her pregnant. Honestly, I heard her pussy stink, but it's late night. We can talk. I heard her pussy stink. Trey
But I mean,
Songz the one put it out. Trey Songz
we
said
just
that.
we just looked at a roster. You can at that point, I'm pretty sure you can
I didn't
think whatever
expect
you
Trey
want.
Songz to be on it, so that kind of puts validation to what he said. So Nicki Minaj and her husband called it quits. Nicki Minaj's husband has left the $20 million mansion, and he is back in Queens in an 800 square foot little house, man, on house arrest. How in God's name do you fumble the bag like that?
Well, I could think of a few ways that he probably did it.
Man, well, he's on the registry.
Yeah, well,
He can't go
that
anywhere
would be
without.
way
He's
number
on the
one.
registry.
You can't even take your kids to school.
No,
You
he can't take his
can't
kids
even
to
pick them
school.
up.
No,
You can't do
so
none of that.
I know that's been a lot of pressure. I gotta give it to Nicki, man. She tried, because I know that's been a wait. What Sam say? Clay has always
Oh.
said he was married to the game of basketball. Meg was just a distraction, and that's the truth.
Well, yeah,
That's the,
no, yeah. She was a one weekend thing that she like the weekend like it came to Monday morning, he woke up and she was still there and he was probably
yeah.
like what the fuck are you still doing in my house?
She stayed. She stayed. She
You
overstayed her
gotta
welcome.
you gotta go. And
The
she took it seriously
the
and he was like, no.
so to take and put all of your reputation on the line for someone who made a stupid, foolish mistake when they were younger, and got that charge that you got to carry with you for life. I commend her for trying, bro, but I never thought that would last. Never thought it would last. And then he was still
She
like real gangster.
Nikki's been making a drastic shift though lately, don't you think? Especially in a political field. She's been going through some changes. I think it's
Maturation, man.
yeah.
It's natural maturation. It's everybody matures with time. And I feel like
I think it's a little
that's
bit
kind of what
more.
Nikki's doing.
I think that she might be more leaning with the pendulum. Like she's been doing this for a long time. She knows how to follow. She knows how to get to where a crowd's going before it gets there. So that way it looks like she was there the whole time. I think there's a bit of that going on.
Nikki's well, no, I'd have to say Nikki's following, man. The beehive, not the beehive, the dolls,
The
the barbs.
barbs. Yeah, the
They're pretty
barbs.
loyal, bro. They're pretty
They
loyal.
are.
So wherever she at, they're gonna show. She just needed to drop that baggage because it's just difficult to have to maneuver your life around someone's mistake,
Yeah. I
which
mean,
isn't
who
even
knows?
your.
Maybe
It's not even
maybe
your
this is
mistake.
who maybe this is who she's been the whole time. And
Who did she?
it's yeah. It
Which?
perhaps like
What do you
perhaps
mean?
I think that what you just said, she's shedding baggage. If that's the case, then I mean she's still got a long way to go. But
I would. Well, I'm not speaking politically because I could care less
no,
who the
no,
fuck she votes
I'm
for.
still referencing her boyfriend.
Yeah, her husband.
You know, husband,
Yeah, her
whatever.
husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her husband, and they got a child together. I think she got into the fight thinking that her popularity and so forth would be able to combat the fact that her husband can't even pick her daughter up, her son up from school. That's fucking pathetic. It's sad. It's heartbreaking, and it's just because of a decision that he made around a piece of booty. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. And I'm gonna speak to
How
my
about
to, I'm gonna speak to the brothers, right? To the black guys right quick. The older guys and some of the younger guys. I'm gonna speak to the younger guys and the older guys. I ain't gonna speak to the white guys right now because y'all don't seem to have that issue like this. Bro, stop getting so distracted with pussy, man. It is not all about pussy and love. Who you can conquer with your dick. Like it's a generational thing. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. My grandfather passed away years ago. Do you think he left me a house? Do you know who got the house? The chick he was fucking. What? And it's not just my grandfather. It's my uncle. It's my father. It's almost every brother I know. They're so distracted with their relationship, how they feel about this and that and the third. Bro, we have to actually get out here and get shit done. Start leaving stuff for our families. This is pathetic. And then be the first to complain, oh, we're so oppressed. Oh, we don't have this. No, put in the work, bro. Be accountable. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. But you got time to do that. And you're still renting a fucking apartment. Ain't seen your fucking kid in a 2, 3, 10 years or whatever. Stop it, bro. Like, stop it, stop it, stop it. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. And I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm accountable for what I do. But I'm gonna include myself in the we got to stop it, bro. Unbelievable. All right, so another topic, man. I'm sorry I got a little distracted with that, but that was something I felt like needed to be said because it's systematic and it's generational. And I bet you I could walk outside and go talk to 10 brothers, and every single one of them renting their house. None of them ain't got nothing set up for their kids nor grandkids, and it's ridiculous. Now there's some that do have their shit together, and I respect them and I give them their flowers, like Mr. Blue. Give him his flowers. All right, so here's another topic. I'm gonna stay away from President Trump because I know a lot of people want to bash my boy, but I ain't gonna let him get on JT, um, DJT. I'm not gonna let that happen. So we're just gonna leave that alone. I'm not very happy with a lot of stuff, but we'll leave it alone. Let's have a little more fun. Um, you ready for our trip channel, man?
Oh man, yeah, I mean I pretty much stay ready for that. Just need to need to put a camera up. I mean,
I got this thing I got off of
always fucking
Amazon.
driving somewhere, man.
Man, I got it for this little mount that I got off of Amazon. I was gonna probably start this weekend and just go ahead and start capturing, but I wanted to get another device so that all the footage would go on it. But yeah, we've got a new channel that we'll be introducing in the next couple of weeks called Trip Tigers. And on Trip Tigers, we're taking you to different areas and giving you insight on these less traveled roads of North Carolina and South Carolina. Um, I know there have been channels that have glossed over certain areas of North and South Carolina. We'll be able to give you a little more in-depth conversation on these places because he lives in South Carolina and I live in
Yeah,
North
yeah,
Carolina.
because
So
we actually know these places.
right, exactly. So that's kind of what we'll do. Sawyer, you got a little something to holler at them about for a minute? I gotta go check on my grandson.
I mean, yeah, well, let's just go over everything that we've talked about so far. Um, let's see. Well, Sean, at the beginning, talked about everybody committing to your role in your job. I mean, I know that he mentioned a name, possibly two. I won't get back into it myself, but it does seem to be a common issue when getting involved with people with work that we're in. That commitment is a big issue. Everyone seems to have aspirations to I mean, everybody wants to be important. Everyone thinks that they're important. Almost everyone. Um that's not to say that we think that we are, but it means something when you at least have something to contribute. And I think most people don't commit because they don't have anything to contribute. That also leads into the next thing that he brought up, which was self-absorbed stargazers. Everyone is kind of like their own, their own idol nowadays, and it's mainly what they're going to act upon is just what they like. And of course people are supposed to follow your like their own likes, and if their likes align with your likes, then it works out. But I mean, just people aren't interesting. I'm not interesting most of the time, but social media, once again, like Sean said, it kind of dilutes at the same time as saturates. You have a saturated group of people who are involved in content creation, but you have a very diluted focus on what's actually popular at the time. So rather than it being twice as hard because there's more people, it's four times as hard because there's more people and less things that people find interesting. And what you're going to find most of the time there is that they're going to be like these spots that people not only just claim, but they refuse to be able to create themselves. It's kind of viewed in the same way that 90s hip hop was made. I've heard T-Pain talk about this a lot on his channel on Twitch. That everybody used to talk about, oh, they're the new T-Pain, or you're the new Lil Wayne, or you're the new Tech Nine. And he expressed how he thought, T-Pain expressed on his show how he thought that was weird, and I kind of agree, because there's not really a spot designation system to entertainment. It's just whatever you have to offer, that's what you put out there, and as long as it gets picked up, it's going to get picked up. But like Sean said, there's a lot of saturation of creators, and like I just brought up, there's a dilution in what's actually popular. So people think that as soon as they have something that's actually catching on to the general public, oh, as soon as you discover the same kind of algorithm, now you're biting. You're trying to take my spot. When that's not it at all. It's just the current environment that we're in for content creation. We have more people but less popular shit. So it's like what are you supposed to do?
I know that it's very entertaining the fact that there's so much out there to watch and indulge in and learn from and kind of like connect with. I really appreciate that part of everything. Um I don't appreciate how it's made everybody so standoffish, so standoffish from each other. Like you know, just because you saw someone on Facebook, you haven't seen them, and we have this diluted thought that we're keeping in touch just because we're in each other's Facebook group. You see what they're doing every couple of days on your feed. You don't you That's not actual contact.
That's something I was about to bring up. Social media has propagated a false sense of delusion between everyone, myself and Sean included. I mean,
Everybody,
everyone is a victim of this.
everybody.
Thanks to
Yeah, just
social media, we all know everything. And like just what I was mentioning earlier, there's less interesting shit because everyone's seen everything. I mean, I can open up Facebook right now or X, and within 15 seconds, I can see war footage with someone being blown up into five pieces. Like everyone's seen
now,
everything.
now I now I disagree on the less interesting stuff because I'm I'm very intrigued with what I see, and it's just so much of it that I'm just like kind of stuck and
Well,
distracted,
look at the new
scrolling.
generation that was born into this though. Like you and I, we were not born into this technology.
Well, you more so were than I were because you're still
Well,
fresh young man.
but even in the mid '90s, where I'm from, we were relatively 10 to 15 years behind everyone else in South Carolina. So I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
grew up for the
yeah,
first 10 years of my life. I didn't grow up with cell phones everywhere and everyone talking about the internet, people on AOL, instant messaging. It was
oh
still very
man,
like if you wanted to talk to someone, you call them, tell them when you're going to show up to their house, and then
dude, yeah. Um, I mean, I remember when there were not cell phones, um, none that I could afford. You know, it was the big box one, and then they
Yep.
finally got the one that shrunk down, and just like the iPhone, those bitches were high. You know, at least high back to back in our day. You know, but I I I I can't say that technology is a bad thing, but I
It's not.
definitely have an issue with social media and how it dilutes things and sends a false perception. Now, as far as technology, I didn't make my first $100,000 until I learned how to use the apps on the phone. That's when I made my first 100 grand. Outside of that, I was just making paychecks. So, and to this very day, you know, it feeds my family very well. So, that being said, I support technology. I support financial technology. I support financial literacy. Um, and I also support accountability. Like, I'm a big advocate of, yo, let's start being more accountable. I'm willing to say my faults and work on my faults. Are you willing to do the same? And if so, let's do that and let's bring this together and kind of maybe meet up on an endeavor. Maybe invest in a piece of property. Maybe invest in uh, 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 a basketball league for kids. Um, anything, anything. But to not be able to do so, to not find like minds to do so, is very disappointing because this is how it works. The people who, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say the people, I'm gonna say a lot of people who finds themselves getting success, finds themselves in a successful position after a lot of hard work and so forth. They don't reach back, and you don't have to physically go back and get the person. All you got to do is give a little intel. Any smart person is going to pick up on the intel and utilize it. For those who aren't, and for those who are passive and lackadaisical or lazy, you can give them the intel all you want. They're not going to do anything. But the intel, you want to get canceled? Check this out. That's why I have an issue with the Masons, because to my understanding, the Masons harness information. They bring you in this little temple. Everybody gather around. Hold up, hold up. This gonna bring a little checkmate to you, but hang on. Everyone gather around. Come, come, my brother. Everyone, come around. Come. Okay, now let's pray. I got some information for everyone. Do not let it leave this room. Lay in this casket, and we're gonna talk to each other about the information we have. This can change the world. But if you have if you've been down a road and you know that there's a huge pothole down this road, huge pothole, unavoidable, you're gonna tear up your chassis. You're gonna need an alignment. You're gonna bust your axle. And you see me coming down this road with my 24-inch rims shining, minding my business, happy as hell, and you see me headed down there, you're not gonna tell me? You're not going to tell me. So what does that mean? Evil does exist. All right. Let me stop ranting, man. Let me stop ranting. But I have been seeing a lot of people get a lot of stuff off their chest, and it looks very liberating.
It looks fun.
Yeah,
Doesn't
very
it look
liberating.
fun to say whatever you want with no second thought? Doesn't that seem fun whenever you see it?
Yes, but I know it comes with some
Yeah,
penalty.
but it takes a second thought, and it's like, oh well, good for them that they don't give a shit.
Right.
You know.
Right. I gotta be able to say what I need to say, but within respectable boundaries, but I am gonna say fuck you to the people who needs to be, spoke to that way. It's about during it time. It's about during it time. And I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Um, but that's the local shit. I won't dive too deep into that. But I do see the underhanded stuff, and I've been seeing it for years, but now it's about time to kind of voice it. And I know if it's in my circumference, I'm definitely going to speak on it. You know, I don't like to see people take advantage of other people. And I definitely don't like to be I don't like to be strapped. I don't like to be like casualties of that war of you're taking advantage of a friend of mine's that's affiliated with me. So by proxy, you're taking advantage of me too, because we're in business together. So, you know, it bothers me. And the best thing I can really do is like just keep paying attention to it. But it won't be long before I have to say what I have to say. You know, I've been biting my tongue for quite some time, but I do see the manipulation. It's not hard to see, you know. So that being said,
How Mason of you to know better but not say anything.
well, the thing is, if it didn't involve me having to reveal everybody's personal information right now without reaching out to them first and letting them know how. So what I'd have to do is reach out to you first and let you know how I feel, and then I can come on this platform and discuss how I feel, or what I meant, or whatever the case. But I have to be respectable enough to get on the phone with you since I have your number. Now, if I don't have your number, you're just gonna have to get it off the platform. If I don't know you like that, then you're just gonna have to get it off the platform, and it's a good chance you're gonna have to get a cease and desist on me.
Yeah, at that point, you're just gonna have to see it in the algorithm because it's gonna have been uploaded,
Yeah,
packaged and shipped.
yeah. Because I promise
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
it's right here on the tip of my tongue, but I have to make a phone call and discuss it with the people involved and then I can vent.
Well, at that point, I mean, I hate to keep on bringing it back to this, but that's the line of work that we're in, because it's completely everything is PR. You know,
Very
everything.
much so. Very much so, because you're trying to earn passive income off of a public relations platform.
Just off of people's intentions, really.
Yep. So I mean, your image means everything, and you know, if you're not in control, then you're out of control. So I'll control it, but I do know, and my antennas are way up, and I will not tolerate the fugaziness. No matter which window you want to bring it in, it can't come in, or we could just shut the fucking window. You know, no, I can't do it. It's unbelievable. I just can't do it. So, it's just unbelievable. I just can't do it. I don't think I was raised that way. I don't think I'm able to do it. If you are, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I want people to stop trying to be sponsors on the Winners podcast without paying. I think it's ridiculous. I think that they're taking advantage of the platform.
Yeah. Well, they're taking
Um,
advantage of the host.
yeah, but I'm gonna say the platform because I ain't gonna attack the host because I could pick the phone up and call him. So I'm
Well,
speaking
yeah,
to
yeah,
sponsors.
I don't
So
think
yeah,
it's an attack on him anyway.
it's an attack on the
I'm speaking
platform.
on behalf of him and the platform. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an attack on that show. It's like, you know what? He's feeling good. We out, we chilling. Yo, let me boom, 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 boom. And then we trading in this barter. And yeah, you if you promote this, I'll promote that. But that's not how you're gonna run a business because everybody got bills. And I just want everybody to be straight up and like when we bring sponsors here, they're gonna have to pay. But we don't have the track. It's not the traction isn't on this show, you know? And
Yeah.
neither is the production, neither is the energy. The
That's
energy's
why we're not
focused
at.
on
That's why we're not taking sponsors.
right. The energy's focused on that show, and that's why I say I think that the sponsors should and pay because the
Well,
show's going some places.
what is a sponsor? Are they calling themselves sponsors? Because they
Well,
certainly are.
yeah, sponsor is a sponsor. You know what a sponsor is. So yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
the only
it
difference
means
is
that you're
you're not sponsoring.
allocating funds to actually maintain your spot of advertisement on the broadcast.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I just needed to get that off. I didn't call any names. Everybody's good, but we all know the parties involved, and that's it. But I do want, there's one party that's involved. That's one of the sponsors. That it's time for he and I to sit at the table. Because I mean,
Um,
I don't.
yeah.
It's just probably trying to sit at the table. He and I, because I just don't.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Well, not my, not our host, not the host. Me and him.
No, not that. I
Yeah,
know what you're
he's my
talking.
family.
I know
We're
what you're
good.
referencing. I know what you're referencing though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and him, we're amazing. We're gonna be good even when we're not.
I'm talking about the sponsor. Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
different talk.
the sponsor. Yeah, right.
It's a different conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Like I keep seeing the same little shiny head running around, and it's like, okay, now enough is a fuck enough.
That probably narrowed it down a little bit. Anyway.
Enough is a fuck enough, bro. Because when I was active, it won't run in the. I'm up with my grandson. It ain't, and then now it's all something. What? Stop. Everybody stop. Slow down. Put these shits down for a minute and let's regroup.
Y'all
We
better
all
not
got
make a
social
move.
media joints. We all are content creators. I believe we can actually meet up and put an endeavor together and actually make real movement. So But we can't do it if I'm reaching out to you and I'm bringing that and I'm inviting you here and inviting you there, but you're not reciprocating it. So we can't build anything. As a matter of fact, get the fuck on. Since there's gonna be no reciprocation. And stop letting me see your shiny ass dome every fucking way I turn, bro. This shit is crazy. You're not no fucking model. It's ridiculous. Put that damn phone down, bro. The fuck? Is you fucking crazy with all them loud ass colors? You 97 years old, nigga. The fuck? You put on plain colors, man. Where's your grandkids at? What are you
I'm
doing?
gonna take a nap, Sean.
What are you doing? You crazy? Do you see yourself? What? So if there's only one person watching, if there's anybody, so no one's gonna. It's okay, but damn it, it needs to be said, bro. And if anyone's gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in this local entertainment industry in Raleigh, North Carolina, Clayton, and the surrounding areas, and it's documented. Comedy Zone Clayton was $4,000 a month rent before you put a light on. That ain't counting the chicken. That ain't
That's
counting
what
the
I was
chicken
about
that
to
gets
say.
fried.
Don't we all rep the same place? Like
What, North Carolina, South Carolina?
Well, yeah, the Carolinas. Like,
Yeah.
don't we all rep the same spot on the map?
Yeah.
Like, look how close we are.
But the thing
it would be very easy to actually make a difference.
You make it through reciprocation. You make it through collaboration. The Boys in Blue movie, which is the comedy movie that I put together with Rob Wright. Rob wasn't even a director. He's just a comedian. He's a very good comedian. And he knew all of the comedians. And I booked the majority of them. The ones I didn't book, he knew them. Rob took the camera and me and Rob got together. We put the ideas together, this storyline. And he went and shot some scenes in Henderson. He put his own section of the movie together with my section of the movie.
Damn, James
and you
Cameron.
got Boys in Blue, which is a fucking hilarious movie. That's what happens when you work together. And I'm just watching people just do stupid ass shit. And I'm like, my phone hasn't even rang, even though, I may not want to do the stupid shit with you. But it's the fact of the matter that it's a reciprocating thing. If you're in one of my films, I mean, come on, man. That goes for anybody. If you're in one of my films and you're still out here active and doing vote this, that, and the third thing, my phone number hasn't changed in 25 years. My phone number has been the same for 27 years. My phone number has been the same.
And you are brave as shit saying that right now.
What you say?
I said that is a brave thing to say.
My phone number has been the same for 27 years. It's the God's honest truth. Same phone number. I'd say it's working on the 27th. I'd say right on the lines of 25 and 3/4 years, somewhere in there, my phone number has been this same exact phone number. Now, did I have a couple of extra phones with different numbers too? Yes, but I've always had this same central number. I changed it from carrier to carrier, but doesn't make a difference. I could have changed it because no one's called it, especially no one I have booked, and I booked everybody. Everybody. I know I'm not the most handsome thing in the world, but damn, you can invite me on your joint. I'll come out. I want to have fun too. Put on some funny colors. and run around.
Tell them most of what we do is audio entertainment anyway. They don't have to see your face.
Now they're gonna have to see this old kisser. I gotta see this nose. This the king nose. That thing huge. They gotta see it. It's gotta show up. It's gonna show up. So whether you invite it or it crashes the party. I've crashed parties before. This is what I do. It's what I do. The thing is, what used to separate me from everybody else is I wouldn't be afraid to put my money where my mouth was at while everybody else was bullshitting and they wouldn't put their money up. And that's the only thing that really separated me. It was the same talent, but I wouldn't say the same talent, but everybody's talented. But were you willing to spend? Were you gonna go rent the facility? Were you gonna, what are you gonna do? Or are you gonna go ask somebody could you use their spot again for the 19,000th time? Okay. Well, let's hit another topic. And then I'm gonna have to get ready to wind it down. But I'm hanging in here. It's an hour and 16 minutes, and I'm an old dude. And I've been running my mouth. I done called out people. I probably done got us canceled. I got the Masons mad with me.
I haven't gotten a notification. I got the analytics screen up. We haven't been.
We're not canceled.
Them boys haven't gotten us yet. Everyone knows who them boys are.
Well, I
ain't found
that far. Yeah, I ain't going that far. I ain't going that far. It's just the locals I'm speaking to, and they probably will never see it, but at least I vented it, and I feel great about that because I see it, bro. I see all of the shit that's going on, and it's only a few people that I have an issue with because the close proximity, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? And what are we doing? So what are we doing? So if you haven't reached out to me about nothing, and I just see this after this after this, are we competing? Am I your competitor? Because that's the position that I'm placed in. That being said, thanks for letting me know. I didn't know, but now that I do know, let's go. Let's do this, and I'm willing to. Let's go. I am your competitor, and that's what it is, and I'm with that. So let's go to war. Wouldn't be the first time. Nope, it wouldn't be the first time. I got a little grayer, but my moves is still pretty strong. So let's go to war, man. Because that's got to be what it is. And if it's a war or semi-war or just not, we're not seeing on the same terms or whatever, then stay the fuck away from the platform.
Yeah, man, y'all don't want that. Just hearing about this shit is giving me PTSD. Like, yeah, I don't think y'all realize the marketing campaigns, the advertisements that got like. Just stop making him say the W word. Shit is giving
it's already
me PTSD.
There. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it because it's fun too. That's the whole thing. I mean, and it was
that's singles.
It was like I thought we were really gonna go to war with UMM. I even had I had old Sean on the line, like we was gonna put something together and do it publicly. And it, and that dropped off. We was gonna do a battle right around the time, right before Kendrick and them did their thing. A little bit before.
He must have been in the drive-through a little bit distracted when he was talking to you about that.
I don't know. I think that, like, honestly, I respect Sean Whitlow. I respect Sean Whitlow's grind. Over the years, I've learned to appreciate Sean Whitlow. Yeah. Because that son of a gun just ain't about to give up. He's not going to stop. He's not going to give up. If he's got a cooking show about to come out or something like that, he's just not going to stop.
Well, that's the thing, though. He's just as much of a person that doesn't give up as much as he is a person that won't commit to one thing. He's
And
just as much of one as he is the other.
that right there, that is something that affects a lot of people because it's
Yeah.
so saturated. You're trying to find your spot. You're throwing spaghetti at the refrigerator. I remember when I first got that Comedy Zone Club, the COO of all comedy zones. It's like 85 of them in the country. So once you get one of those clubs, you become part of that little ring. Well, he flew down. He's like, Sean, I'm going to fly down and we're going to talk. I want to tell you how you run one of these clubs. So, of course, when he flew down to tell me how much I'm going to have to be paying him too, alongside of the rent. And I'm thinking, the fuck? Are you going to be sending me comedians? You're going to book these comedians for me?
You haven't even done shit yet. What?
Yeah, once you get on, you got to pay. So because of the name, you know what I'm saying? So but he flew down and he was like, "Let me tell you what you're gonna have to." I was like, "Man, how in the world am I gonna make?" Here's my overhead. I showed him my overhead. My overhead was like $8,000 to like $8,500 a month. That's before one piece of chicken go out the door.
I'm gonna say that's a lot of fucking bread.
Yeah, because it was a comedy club and a restaurant and a bar. So it was like it was pretty big. It's right there in Clayton. And so my rent was 4,000. And then the lights, of course, that's gonna be
So you're
700 to
saying that
whatever.
that was just real estate, 85.
Just the rent, just the building.
Yeah,
Not a
that's
light, not a piece, not any grease, not a piece of
yeah.
chicken, not a wet tater wedge, not a napkin, not a straw, no liquor. I had to get my liquor license, all that shit. Um, so yeah. So when it comes to this local entertainment thing, I have a different kind of passion. You see what I'm saying? Because I've invested over $100,000 in well over it in comedy, in music, flying artists out to go do shit they've never done in their whole lives, um, booking venues at extravagant. Hell, I had a comedy show at the Embassy Suites up here. It was like a fucking ice ball. It was like I had the Queens of Comedy 1 and 2 out there. Um, like this is shit I put down right here in Raleigh. So just because you pick up this fucking phone and hit whatever in your backyard with like 10 people, that don't make you nothing, bro. You got to put your money where your mouth at, bro. And if you're willing to do that, then we need to sit at the table and talk about investing in some land. Because that's where my head is at. And I'm like, okay, so we should be smart enough as a unit. I'm talking about as a team, all of us creators in this area, to put something together. I'm with it. I've always been with that. I've always promoted that. I've always called meetings with the top people around that I can get my hands on and always spoke on that. And people can verify that. So that being said, the offer is always on the table to sit down and put some stuff together that's tangible. I ain't talking about no fucking t-shirts or no shit like that. I'm not talking about that. We all can get a screen printer and do that, bro. Or we all could put a show together and do a show, rent a little venue and do a show, comedy show. Get you about 5 or 6 comedians, pull in 12 people in the crowd and think you did something that night. I pulled in a couple of comedians on my second show and we did 1,400 people in 3 days. 1,400. Them boys walked out of there with about $30,000. I seen it right here in fucking Clayton at my club. Paid my rent that month. I had a nice profit that night, and all I did was have the bar. They had 80% of the door. I got 20% of the door in the bar, and I made a killing. And they made out like 20 grand, 25 grand.
Look, I'm gonna say what he just said for the younger, dumber dudes around like where I'm from. Whatever you deem the hardest part is of whatever you have to contribute to entertainment, we've already got the hardest part done. You don't even have what's the hardest part of any collaborative effort or any startup of well, let's just say an artist persona is actually the startup of a brand. Sean's someone that I've known that's offered the startup, which is easily, without like unarguably, the most difficult part of any artist persona is actually building the brand and providing an intro, at least stage, for you to present yourself and your talents. All you got to do is bring your talents. And apparently, there's a whole bunch of talented motherfuckers around where I'm at, so that shouldn't be that difficult.
Man,
But
South Carolina's
when
on
the
fire.
when the platform is provided, it's nothing but fucking crickets.
South Carolina is
Oh,
popping.
well, we're popping right now for yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah,
actually just
heck
within the
yeah.
past 2 years, I've looked at my state a little bit different. Like, damn, we
Man,
we
yo,
might we might not only be catching up to the rest of the country in terms of like
yo,
levels of talent that we have to provide to the world, but we're also maintaining like that calm, quiet, chill, no one hears about us vibe. But we're
man,
actually pushing out some talent here lately.
you darn Skippy, man.
But yeah,
That
look,
gentleman
all y'all
from out
got
of
to do is provide that talent. Everyone's
that
talented
gentleman
nowadays.
from out of Charlotte, the gentleman from out of Charlotte who has that label. I forgot the name of it, but the baby is on it. He went down there and he got Black Zach, who is in the feds right now, but that's the stupidest guy I could ever. Black Zach, oh gosh. Black Zach could right now, Black Zach could own South Carolina, seriously. Right now. But he's locked up. But he still has Trap Dicky. And Trap Dicky pretty thorough. And that ain't counting all these drill rappers y'all got down there. Like I've never seen so
You
many
talk
drill rappers in South
you're talking
Carolina.
about South Coast Music Group for the baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Heavy duty. That's a heavy duty group right there, man. But Black Zach, man, the 803. Ugh. Ugh. That I thought he was and I didn't find out about him until I found out about, until the Fed cases. And then so then I researched him. I'm like, this guy he literally could have been the king of South Carolina, rapping wise. Trap Dicky is okay, but Black Zach, man, oh my God. Oh my
I'll
God.
tell you what, South Carolina has yet to have one single hip hop artist to get past the breakthrough stage. Like
He was
we've
gonna
had
be the one.
multiple, even ones that I've gone to school with, a couple of them that actually got well known, got signed to major record label. I went to school with one kid. I won't say his name just because he actually got kind of big. I grew up around him, but he signed to a very popular record label for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it wasn't but just a few more years he fell off, and nobody knew why. And back
Well,
then, it was because he was from South Carolina, and no one gives a shit about this state.
well, they didn't then, but
Yeah.
South Carolina's heavy duty right now, buddy. Um,
That's starting to change. It's not quite there yet. Cause
it's
even
heavy.
I mean I travel around the East Coast and tell people, yeah, I'm from South Carolina, and they're like, okay, cool.
Well,
You know?
speaking on just like the music scene right now. Now, as far as
Well, yeah,
everything else,
yeah.
yeah, now you guys got a lot more growing. Well, not growing, but I think South Carolina is the way it wants to be. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
think it
we want to
West
be
Coast.
quiet and focused on like old people. Come here to raise a family, be quiet, get out of the limelight, but still there's like enough of a metropolitan center within Greenville and Columbia that there's still something to offer to people who are looking for like city scenes. But there's kind of like a technological lapse, and it's easily visible because it's all within the East Coast. Like we've got Charlotte, North Carolina, just a couple 100 miles from where I'm at. And if you
It's
look
like
at Charlotte,
it comes straight down, hits
yeah,
Virginia, jumps into North Carolina, jumps over South Carolina, goes down into
it go
Atlanta,
down. Yeah, it goes
and
down into
goes to
Savannah
Charlotte.
and Atlanta. It get the technological lapse goes from Charlotte to Savannah and Atlanta, Georgia, and
Yep,
everything between Charlotte and Savannah, which is
the
about
dead
as
zone.
close to South Carolina as it gets.
It's a dead
To be
zone.
honest with you,
Yeah, it's a dead zone.
there's nothing. The
There's
only thing that
absolutely
we
nothing.
have as a state to offer is Myrtle Beach. With if you're interested in that, ew, shame on you.
No one's
And
in.
Charleston, which at one point was voted the most beautiful city in the country, but
But
that
you got to
was
be into
years
that kind
ago.
of like if you're into military, like the Citadel. If you're into
No, not even that, man. 2016, I lived there for a whole year. I mean, I'm talking about like as a 19-year-old kid, an 18-year-old kid turning 19, living on my own in Charleston. I was like, whoa, this is fucking nuts, especially coming where I was coming from. I was coming from dirt and woods and shit, like
right.
in the middle of a forest,
Well, I was coming from
you know?
I'm coming from Brooklyn, so when I go down there, I'm like, this looks like the military. Like everybody's got on military suits, and if it's not that, it's like historic plantation type
See,
stuff is
yeah,
where
I
I saw.
mean, if you're from South Carolina, people want to know what city you're from and all that. Like if you're talking to someone else from South Carolina, but
Right.
if you're from South Carolina like myself and you talk to someone from any other state, just leave South Carolina out of it. Because even though we are on the come up, it
Not there yet, but
I think it's going to be a long time. We have a technological lapse,
it,
like
it
that
well,
we're in a
when
complete dead zone when
when
it
I
comes
say
to.
come up, I'm meaning music, what hip hop, right?
Well, yeah, I'm
Because
talking about exposure,
yeah, because
which would be
outside of
like
that,
music.
man, South Carolina, man, yeah, it's a dismal. It's a
Well,
dismal.
when most of your state is national forests,
Yeah, it's a dismal, man. I think I think maybe like when I went to Columbia, like it was like two notch Columbia or something like that.
oh yeah, that's not
Uh,
bad.
it seemed like it was kind of it seemed like it was kind of up to date,
It's actually that is classified as a metropolitan area, I believe.
and it is
Columbia as a whole is yeah, Columbia and Greenville, even
right.
Anderson is getting there, but Anderson's got some crime issues to
Anderson
get
has
over.
some crime issues, buddy.
Yeah, they've
National shit.
I lived there for a few months immediately after Charleston, which was in early 2017. It was arguably one of the worst times to live there.
You
And
got to take a ride through. You got on Trip Tigers, man. You got to ride through some of these places because I'm gonna go through. I'm going
Doc
through
and Anderson
Goldsboro.
is an hour and a half away from where I'm at right now.
Well,
I'll
a lot
be
of
there.
places is about an hour and a half from where I live at right now is an hour from everything. Like you have to
Yeah,
drive
my
an
from
hour to
yeah.
get to Raleigh. You have to drive an hour and 15 minutes to get to Durham. To get
Most of the
anywhere
interesting
I live at.
most of the interesting places from me are within about 2 hours too, like the capital and all the other big cities. Like I'm within an hour and a half, 2 hours from all the big cities, minus Charleston.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna go get another device tomorrow and go ahead and hook that thing up and just get started. I can just be local and get enough started. I'm thinking once we get maybe like 5 or 6 videos, then we just start putting them up there on the channel.
I mean, we've already got that recipe.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but it's a big wave of content coming in. It's not stopping either.
And if yeah, the sooner we can do that, the better. And also get some of these films kind of like started. I don't know what to do with all of my clips from the old film. I was thinking about putting those up, but they're
You just
short.
need a
So
film channel. Like build it
this channel,
specifically around your film so that YouTube doesn't get confused about copyright.
this well, you know what they've been, you know what's been happening. It's been like a song or two here and there in the movie that's drew copyright issues. And some of them are like, all of them are like, it's not a strike. It doesn't affect
Well,
your
if anything,
whatever.
it'll just restrict like which countries it can be seen in,
That
like
part,
at the
yeah.
most.
It restricts that part, a section of it. Like it even asked me to did I want to remove the section, and the section was at the beginning of the movie. It was like 7 seconds, 10 seconds of it or whatever. You couldn't even tell when I clipped it out. Yeah. So, all right. So yeah, I've spoke about, we touched on a few things and probably started some local issues. But who cares about that? Uh,
Yeah, let's see what comes of it.
yeah, probably nothing. Nothing ever does. But I see what's going on. And I know it's not real serious because so much other thing, there's so many other things in life that are way more serious. And then if and especially with how I got things going with my life, I'm more worried about, do my grandson got enough Pampers at daycare and stuff, than any of this shit. Um, so, but it needed to be said, and it needs to be said because, like, who you think, man? This ain't that, and that ain't this. This ain't that, and that ain't this. I don't give a damn if I'm 57 years old. You ain't about to play games. Do shit the right way.
Yeah, I'm gonna step to the washroom real quick. I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, I got this. Do shit the right way. If somebody puts their, let me see, let me put myself right here. Let me do this. If somebody puts their neck on the line and offers and asks you to be a part of something and you agree, then you and that person kind of have a pact, man. You agree to do whatever the content is. They agree to provide a safe environment for you to do said content, and then treat the content with respect and put you in a good light on said content. Because once you put your image and stuff on the content, it's up to them to make you look however. It's up to them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to play your cards right. You got to play your cards right. And this isn't the type of industry, and I'm speaking the local industry, because even when you get outside the little small circle, there's even more doing the same thing in their little circles. And my thing is, it's entertaining, but there's room to start to put other things together, before we all get too old, and kind of shift the narrative from all they do is party and want to socialize. Because I mean, you may not think that's the narrative, but out here in the business world, that is the narrative. That is what's going on. That is what's being said. That is what's being said. Man, I always wonder if I was the way that the youth is today when I was that age, when I was younger. Was I this way? Was I that way? And the way that I mean is, I know some young people who want to skip the line, and like, and with technology and all that stuff, it's made it very easy for someone with less experience to literally skip the line. As long as they got their shit together and hit the right buttons and do so forth, they literally can make it without having to do all of that manual labor, um, all of shaking all these sweaty, dirty, stinking ass hands, and going to the next job and learning this and getting fired from here and celebrating your new hire at this job. And you know, they could just blow up online. Some of them blow up playing video games and make more money than their mom's house is worth in a year, or move their mom out the projects, all of that stuff. So it's definitely different. Here, look at this station here. I'm trying to put this station together the best that I can. I'm supposed to be asleep somewhere, but I know that this right here could provide passive income, not just for myself, but for my entire team.
And we've done everything just on the network, not this channel, but the network as a whole. Everything that Sean just named, we've done it and more. Like we've done what we're doing now. I've played video games on the network. We've gone and we've reviewed other content. We've gone places to showcase places and events. We've done a lot. It's a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, and that's just on the other channel.
Yeah,
So
that's just one channel.
yeah, so now we're starting more channels. So here's how I see it. If one catches fire, it'll start to trickle over to the others. You'll be in a pendulum of content, and there's plenty of it in there. There's plenty of it in there, but I do respect those guys and girls who consistently do their shows, and I admire the fact that they do have time to do so and utilize that time. So don't let the fact that I vent a little bit ever take away from people's hard work, because I do see that too. I do. You know what I'm saying? Like shiny head stuff, I see doing hard work too. I see it. But that's not my issue. My issue isn't with.
You're not arguing the work, you're arguing the ethic at that point.
I'm arguing the ethic. I'm arguing the community of it all. And not that it's just the right way to do shit. There's just the right way to do shit.
You either have principle or you don't.
Yeah. I knew, it's just the right way. It's the right way to do things, man. And then it's like with trying to keep professionalism and morality in place, no one expects you to say anything because they know that you're a professional and you have good morals. So they just run the bullshit right by your face again and again and again and again. They say, well, Sean, you understand, right? You get it, man. You're a good dude. You already get it. How you, grandbaby? Grandbaby
their
good?
fault. That's their fault for confusing someone who holds high morality standard with someone who's like in a sewing circle community group. Just because I have a high moral standard doesn't mean I have to be nice about this. Because sometimes the truth isn't nice.
Well,
what matters to you? Is it the truth or, I mean, what is it?
Well, it's
kindness and niceness. Kindness and niceness are two different things. You've always been kind in your response to situations. You haven't always been nice, but you're not supposed to be nice,
no.
Sean. You're supposed to be kind.
No, I'm not nice.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. But approaching the situation, I'm always kind to the situation and the person too. Not disrespectful. I try not to be, but I'm certainly an asshole. That goes for sure.
You can be a kind asshole.
That's what I am.
I mean, yeah,
my kind asshole.
I think the kindest people are assholes because they don't hold anything back.
Yeah, kind asshole, and I'm not trying to like offend anybody, but I definitely want to go. I definitely would like to spar. We got a new channel. It gives us more work to do and it's fun. And I want to go ahead and get back to work as far as the shows that we have. I'm trying to make it a little easier as far as putting the content together, being that my schedule is crazy. But yeah, let's turn it back up, man. Let's turn it back up.
Y'all gotta let us know what y'all want to see. Because We are out here doing this, but I mean, we do it for y'all. So if y'all want to see something, let us know. Cause that, I mean, we'll give it to you. Whatever you want, we'll probably we'll give it to you quick too.
They well, they're about to get some stuff. Yeah, it's on its way. Let's get to work and yeah, let's get to work. I don't want to target anyone else tonight. I definitely just brainstorm someone that needs a conversation, but it's a little too late. I'll just leave them alone for tonight. But for right now, yeah, let's get to the content, man. But I don't want to keep seeing all these fucking funny colors running around. It is disturbing to me. I'm not gonna zap it off my timeline because I don't do that. But what in the world? What in the world?
No, I think that
So
would be
what
the wrong thing to do. You need to keep your eyes on these people.
I yeah, got to. But I'm about to shift and transition my team into a different area. You know, definitely stay into this area of trying to make content and get everything monetized for sure. But also focus some attention on. I mean, man, it's about we have to own part of this country. We have to have our stake in this country. As a man, and I'm just speaking to the men, you have to have your stake in this country. You have to have a deed. You have to have a deed.
Let's take it back to the 30s. You got to have some
You
skin
have
in the
to.
game.
It hasn't
Have to have some
changed.
skin in the game to have a say.
Yeah, it hasn't changed. You have to have a deed. You have to have a deed. You have to have a deed in your hand. You have to have, because if things break bad, you can always go to your piece of America. If you're renting your house, you're just there on your landlord's terms. If he needs to get back in there because things done shit it bad, you gotta go. You and your family.
Shit.
Like, nah, bro. That's the new move. The new move is it ain't even a new move. It's the move. It's the only move. Take care of your family. As a man, we have to do that. And the best way to do that is get yourself a stake in the game so that you can manipulate the game a little bit. And for my brown people, I don't want to hear nothing about the man this, the man that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And then at the same time, you got some what they call that? Don Julio and partying and shaking
Oh man, don't talk about Don Julio like that. He didn't do nothing to you.
and you in Cancun and Jamaica and all this other stuff. And then,
Jamaica.
you know,
It's
and here's the thing. Here's another thing, right? Here's another thing. A mortgage, if you got a house and you got your mortgage, that is a mortgage. That's like, so rent is your girlfriend. Mortgage is your fiance.
First off, why are you taking a mortgage out?
Well, I mean, I'm just going off. I'm
We'll,
just being.
we'll get to that later, I guess.
We're live, and then I'm just speaking on points that I'm just speaking on points. I'm just speaking on points like financial shit, like
Yeah.
it's stuff that needs to be said, bro, and it's stuff that I keep in my brain as I'm walking around, and I communicate with my brethren about it because I don't have. Okay, so me, I was a bad boy in high school, fell victim to all of this bullcrap, hip hop bullcrap that these YNs are on right now. But just backtrack it about 20 something years, and then you'd have me, right? but I just didn't go over the top and do some shit that'd get me prison time and all of that. I didn't do that. Like I got locked up 71 times in 2 months, but that was just locked up. That wasn't doing prison time. That was like missing court, FTAs, and all of that shit. So, but I didn't do prison time. The longest time I stayed in jail was 10 days, 2 weeks. But saying that to say, I done talk so much. I lost my train of thought. But
you would mention that it's not a system thing.
Okay,
It's
so
not against the man.
So right. So saying that to say, I've been down in the dirt and went and like, do you know I got my first piece of land? I didn't have to show my identification. Now, after all the bullshit I've been through and all the doctoring I've gotten over my lifetime, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Your credit has to be this, your credit has to be that. You know, my first piece of land I got, I didn't have to show an ID.
Yeah, they didn't even need to see a verification of citizenship.
Not at all. You could put it in Humpty Dumpty Humpty Dumpty's name. If your money's there and you're at the system that I go through, if your money is there, put down whatever name you put. When it's time to sign it, make sure that's the name you want to have on your deed, because you're not going to be able to get anything if it's not you. So it's just a big misconception. And I didn't know. And before my mom passed away, she always said, Sean, do your music, do what you don't need a boss. You're the boss. And she said, and you need to do foreclosures. Before my mom passed away, that's what she was getting into. But there wasn't any of all of this internet. You know, the internet was just getting right. But I'm doing what she said, and she was right. She was absolutely right. So I said that to say, there's another way to get things done. You don't even have to sign up for these 30-year mortgages. You know, I'm 51 years old. I'll be 52 this year. If I signed a mortgage, that'll put me at 82 years old, finishing my mortgage. What the hell job I'm going to at 82 years old to pay my mortgage?
Same with credit cards, man. People survive off of a minimum payment for credit cards to be paying that minimum payment for 20-25 fucking years.
Right. But I just, when it comes to your livelihood and where you're going to lay your dome piece, and that's the same thing with taxes. If you don't pay your taxes, once you do own your home, you're going to have an issue. Now, imagine if you have that mortgage, right? You're in bed with the bank for 30 years. And then you're in bed with taxes for as long as you're living. So don't pay one or the other. And FAFO. Don't pay one or the other and fuck around and find out.
Especially if you're on a 1099-A.
Yep. Don't pay your property tax and watch your home get foreclosed. Don't pay your mortgage and watch your home get foreclosed. So for the people who don't even have mortgages and own their homes, you still got to pay your taxes on it. Don't pay it for a couple of years and watch me go get it. I'll be knocking at your door. Poo, poo, poo. You be like, what the fuck you want? Like, dude, I own this house.
Well, that's what I was about to say. If you are in the, the greater Carolina area and you're looking for some property, we know someone for that.
Well, if you are in the greater check this out. I got one even better. If you're in the greater Carolina, if you are in the Southeast region and you would like to learn the system, I'm going to start putting together little small seminars. You can just get hit the comments or reach out to the station through an
You
email or
just
whatever.
need no, you just need to create an email system.
Yeah, and then that's what's gonna have to happen. We'll go from there, and then I can show you how to get things situated, but it's gonna be a small fee.
But there actually should be an email tied to this YouTube account. If you're
There is.
immediately
That's
interested,
what I told them to
if
email.
you're
No,
immediately interested in it, then contact the email that's directly linked to this account. Like
yeah,
if
the
you see
email
this
that's
and you want
directly
to,
into this
yeah.
account is starmanfilms@gmail.com.
But in the future, we will have something more concrete and like organized, where like even the people that are involved can communicate with each other, like a community.
So
That would be good, I think.
I went on Facebook and I was like, I put a message up about the same message I just brought, and I was like, about the mortgage and so forth, and I was like, if you want insight on how to make things move on that foreclosure thing, inbox me. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. I can't even accept any more friend requests. If someone gives me a friend request, it deletes them because I have too many. I have to delete people. Do you know out of 5,000 people, I had one inbox, one message, one, and it was my cousin in Cincinnati, in Ohio. And I know he's not about to make no real moves, but he did inbox me about it. But he ain't about to make no moves because he's making other moves right now. Then he'll probably make that move. Um, but no one else reached out. So here's the deal. It's going to cost you because I gave everybody an opportunity to reach out and let's have a conversation because I was feeling like lovely, you know? I was feeling
The
lovely.
train, the train has officially left.
The train has left, man. The train has left. Check this out. Here's a quick flip. Got a house that was built in 1920. Got it off of an auction. When I went on to the auction, which is a little bid system, the house was $1,850 behind in taxes. All you got to do is raise that fee to your new bid. So I raised it up to $2,650. I won the bid. It has to stay up for 10 days. I won the bid. Got that house for $2,650. Sold that house in a month. It takes a month for the deed to get to you. By the time the deed got to me, I was at the lawyer's office selling it. Sold it for $11,500. I only paid $2,600 for the house. I never walked in the house. I never stepped foot in the house. Never. So, bro, it's the fucking cheat code. It's the cheat code. And I'm not a Mason, so I'm not going to harness the information, but you will pay.
And that's
You
that's
can get the information, but you will certainly pay because what I just gave out, that's enough. Just know
that's
that it's out
called
there.
that's called an advanced non-supplemental front door. When
Yeah.
you've already
Just
got
know that
you've
it's
already
out
got you've already got payment for something you sold before you even officially own it.
there. And here's the thing.
That's how McDonald's actually got big. Is they went from a restaurant business to a real estate business, and
Well, I didn't. So,
they were renting out places before they even had the buildings built.
right. So what I did, so I didn't actually, so I had the customer already in place. He was on the way to the lawyer's office. I was just waiting on them to do the deed. You see what I'm saying? So I had to call them like, did you get the deed done yet?
Yeah.
Because I told them meet me at this day and this the day the deed's supposed to be done. The deed got done at 2:30 p.m. that day and on that Friday, and I was at the lawyer's office with him. I sold it at 3. I never walked in the house. Me and Kay went and looked at the outside when I went to put the bid in. I stepped on the porch. I peeked my head in. That's the furthest I've ever been in that house. I owned it for all of 30 minutes. So I'm saying that to say that's the cheat code. Bro, listen, I did not graduate from high school. I did not. Bro, I was the definition of a thug, bro. You want to have a shootout after school? Then let's do that. You want to fight? Okay, we'll do that. I wasn't no drug dealer or nothing, but I was a thug. We can fight and shoot out. You might be a drug dealer or whatever, but I was that guy. This same guy is telling you the cheat code. Bro, if it's a fuck up, that was me. Now, a couple of $100,000s later, you can change. It can happen. No, I'm not rich. No. Because you got to spend that money to live. But what I'm saying is there's a cheat code. Young people, there is a freaking cheat code. Because one thing you're going to do, what they say in America? What's the two things that's guaranteed, man? And if you don't know, I'll tell you. And you can keep this because it's always been these two things.
Peaceful protests and obesity.
Sounds good. But death and taxes. Death and taxes. Death and taxes. You've heard it. Your grandparents said it. Your parents said it. Death and taxes are the only two things that are guaranteed. That being said, if you got a home, you've got to pay taxes on it. Don't pay your taxes and watch someone come and take your crib. There's a cheat code. You don't even need an ID. I own I own two, and I got a bid out for the third piece, but I own 2 pieces of property right now. Just sold 2 pieces of property. Ask me how many times I showed my license. Not once. Not once. But we're trained to think your credit, your background, your this, your that, your that, your that. Meanwhile, millionaires is selling tax liens and doing other things like that. And they're selling that. If your credit is good, yes, you can do it off other people's money. You can do it off the bank's money. But I'm not one to be in bed with the bank. I don't have that kind of faith in the bank.
If your credit's good, all you're going to end up doing is paying more than what the actual fucking thing costs anyway. But you make up your own mind.
Yeah, so what they do, they take and get a loan here, buy something here from this margin, leverage that against this, pay that off.
I mean, it's just all APRs. It's whatever that fucking percentage is. That's how much you're fucking yourself. You fucking yourself by 9%, 12%, 15% APR.
And all I'm saying is the entry to get into this thing is under $1,000. But the thing is, you got to commit to what you push that bid to. And if you're willing to do that, man, but that's all I'm going to give out. And just know that that's the route that I'm trying to push myself and influence my team to go, and anything along those lines. Because I just went and it's a couple of RV, I'm going to have a little small RV park, a little small tiny home village out there on one of my pieces of land. And then I'm a landlord. I got a bid in for a piece of property right now out near Virginia. And I pray to God that it goes through. And I'm just doing this on public because there's somebody out there who need to hear it. But I mean, I got a bid right now. If it goes through, man, I could get that piece of land it's got a house on it that's falling apart. It needs to probably be torn down, but maybe it could be renovated. I don't know. But that land in the house, $900, man. $900. People blow that on a bag of weed. But if your mind isn't keyed up to start focusing it on stuff like that, then you'll never know, you know? But people blow that on a bag of bud. But now I got all these whiskers. I should have been doing it when I was looking like Sawyer, when my hair was all black. But I'm putting this out there so that young people and my peers can take advantage of this so we can stop looking so fucking helpless. Because you're not about to stand up in your front door and talk about this my house, this my house, this my house, when your landlord can come and override everything you just said. Your landlord could pull up with the police and unlock your fucking door, stupid. No, we got to stop it. We got to fix it. We got to fix it. We got to fix it. We got to do better. And the thing is, back in the past, more people owned houses than now with less money. How is that? Because you're jumping in bed with these mortgage companies and they're not letting you see it through, or you pass away and they snatch it from your children.
We're about to hit a huge uptick in house buyers because those prices are about to drop because nobody owns them anymore. Everybody's going to apartments and condos and all that
See,
shit. Y'all watch.
and that is the ultimate setup.
Mm-hmm.
But let them go. They need to go. That leaves a little room for us to operate. I know what I'm going to operate on. And I always found a nookie spot right just above the poverty line. Let me tell you how I've always worked, man, how I always done my hustle. Like when I was flipping cars, I had a little slogan. I was the $1,000 man. I was the $1,000 man. So my cars would be within the $1,000 range. Now you might find one that's $1,200, but the majority of my cars were $1,000, and I would sell them on Craigslist. I sold over 300 cars flipping. I just flipped over 300 cars. My Craigslist pages were, I had like 7 pages of sold cars. And the thing is, like, I lost track of what the fuck I was saying. It's getting late. But what was I saying, man? What was I saying, Sawyer? I lost track.
I mean, you were kind of starting a new thought.
Okay.
But I mean, I think that you were just going off of the branch of once again just creating your own thing, like how you would structure.
Right. And for the youth and for my peers, you don't have to just go the textbook way, because for a lot of us, it's over for trying to go the textbook way. My credit never been good. I've always been a cash buyer. And when I had opportunities to buy something on credit, like a little cheap ass depreciating car that breaks down before the term is up, I'll send that bitch back. So yeah, no, my credit, no, I'm 51 years old and I'm just now right at a 600 with my credit. If that, I'm probably just under it. I'm under it a little bit. So no, it ain't about credit, and it ain't about your work history. I don't have a boss. I'm the boss of my work. They don't ask for that either. It is the cheat code, and I thank God for it. And the thing is, my precious mother, Lord bless her soul, rest in paradise, she told me to do this, and she was right. Like, why would I have ever thought she wouldn't have been? Unbelievable. Nothing but a blessing. So just nothing but a blessing. Nothing but a blessing. Nothing but a blessing. So yeah, let me be the inspiration to those who might be looking for a new endeavor. Just keep your eyes on the channel. I'm going to be putting videos up of my homestead build, because I'm building a house on one of the pieces of land that I acquired over the last 5 years. And you can see the progress with that. And you can see it go from dirt to actual home. And then you can also see the how we do the RVs and stuff. I've got one out back right now that needs renovating. That'll be some nice footage too, to see that thing go through a transformation. Then my sister has one. So yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna do this homestead thing and see how it goes. But I'm gonna keep trying to acquire more land and more property and venture out and possibly set RVs up in different areas and pull the team in. Because ownership is where it's at, and we got to kind of figure it out and stop playing around with all this distraction. Because it's fun and it's cool, and it's something to do when you're just sitting around in between what you really got to do. You're looking on your phone. Yeah, it's cool, something to do. But what are we really doing? What are we really doing? And that's all of us men. We have to put it together. We have to stop being distracted. And stop wearing them funny ass colorful shirts and get to work. No, I'm playing. All right, man. I gotta get out of here, man.
And why is y'all's pants so damn tight? Why the fuck do I see what's in your fucking pockets, man?
Look, man, it's been real, bro. You gonna keep them rolling for a little while? We went 2 hours.
I took some notes. Everything we talked about. I mean, we talked about so much. I'll just recap everything that we went over, just in case people skip through the video and get to the very end and reach it. Man. For 2 hours and 11 minutes, 2 hours 12, pretty much. This was very good.
Oh yeah. And I ran my mouth, but that's there's more to come, man. That I think this is needed.
Do you want me to roll call the other channels and stuff, or do you want to do that real quick?
Oh no, you can take care of it, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I think I hear my grandson.
Oh yeah, man. Well, you have a good night.
All right, you too, man.
Peace. Yes, sir. Peace. Well, that is pretty much it, y'all. Not much left to it other than that. I know I'm not really the face that y'all want to see up here anyway, but while we're here, we're gonna put some stuff up here to make it look good. So, I mean, Sean really covered 9 major things tonight. This wonderful 11:51 p.m. EST, January, February, March, April 27th. I still have to count my months. Now, first, Sean went over committing to your role and job. The specific example he brought up is if you're an actor, then act. We don't. I don't. Some of us might need a script to know what we're supposed to do, but when it comes to fulfilling your duty, I think that should come naturally, and he does too. I'm willing to speak for him on that. If you have formed your life around this thing, for myself, I can only use myself for an example. I'm a musician primarily. Above everything, my mission on earth is to make music and to honestly give it to whomever. Like right now with my record label that I'm signed to. Well, I'm also like an executive of it, so I basically hand the music to myself, from myself as an artist to myself as an executive, and then send it off to distribution. I do that part for free. Whatever comes on the back end is what comes. I make money from it, but even if I didn't, it's what I would do, just because I have not only made myself this thing, but I call myself this thing, and I believe it's my legacy. So, if you have something that you have designated yourself as, then you should actually commit to that role. Sean mentioned self-absorbed stargazers, which, it's not all you. I don't think that very many of us actually end up getting to where we are completely alone. Very few of us actually have the liberty of saying that. And boy, is it a liberty, because it's a privilege, I think, to say that no one helped you. And I know it might be questionable saying it's a privilege. Well, it's a privilege to be helped. Yeah, well, it's also a requirement. I think it's a privilege whenever you are, you're gifted such an opportunity to where, like Sean said, you just get to skip steps. You don't have to go through the the hazing, the trials, the tribulations of actually breaking through. And as a musician, that's hard. I mean, I've got millions of streams just across a handful of songs on Spotify where it counts the most. But I'm not selling out. So I'm not selling out shows. I mean, I'm certainly not paying all of my bills with music alone. But I mean, it looks good on the appearance. Social media propagates delusion. I mean, that pretty much is self-explanatory. Sean said it best. There's just a saturation of everything that's going on. Everybody's a somebody. You no matter what you're doing or where you are, who you are, you can put what's right in front of you into the world and everyone sees it immediately. So, you know, pretty easy to find something in that area. Stick to your schedule. Kind of boring. Meg the Stallion and Clay Thompson, once again, kind of boring. Everyone, oh fuck it, I'll speak on this. Like, I'm gonna speak from my misogynist side. Nobody expected. Did anyone expect that to work out? I'm gonna be on. I heard about them dating after I heard about them breaking up. Is that a personal problem, or is it just that Megan kind of has like this reputation of, I don't know, hoeing around? And by hoeing around, I mean being very openly promiscuous to multiple people within a quick succession or at the same time. Uh, she's promiscuous without a doubt. I don't hear too much about Clay. I know he's not exactly a angel of God, but I mean, come on. Nobody was expecting that to work out, I don't think. And if you were, then you're very hopeful for Megan and not really for Clay because he deserves better. Nikki and her soon to be ex-husband, I'm a little bit I can't say I'm surprised about that, but Nikki's making a shift. Her husband, after what happened to him, ex soon to be ex-husband, whether or maybe it is now, I don't know. I don't stay up to date with these people, but I mean, she's making a shift. Ever since what happened to him, he's been out of the limelight. So, I mean, it would take a bold person just to try to put their face and name out there after something like that happened anyway. So, whether he's guilty of it or not, which I heard some stuff about it, and I won't speak any more about that. Reciprocal collaboration. That was more or less just Sean's thing. I do agree that if let's make it more general. Let's say that, like I mentioned, you're in the same state as somebody. And I mean, hell, you don't even have to be doing the same thing. But it's easy for me to speak about because I work in music. Um, I have a constant urge to want to try to get with different artists here and there just because we're from the same place. Like, yo, we should be doing something together. Like even not for us, but just to so we can hopefully put a spotlight on our part of the map and it'll illuminate other people as well, make it easy for other people, and then as they come up it makes it also easier for us. But even then, something in me holds me back. And I can't imagine that other people are too different. I mean, of course, I can't even say that most people are not, or most people are. I don't know. Can't say that. But there just does seem to be a problem with competition. People thinking that there's still these spots when there's never been a finer time to be alive, to be a content creator. And some shit. I was gonna say some of us has been doing this since just for a long fucking time. Content creation. I haven't been on YouTube for too long, just a few years. But I mean, it's taken me more than just a few years to unload everything that I've done over the past over a decade onto these channels. So, I mean, I was a content creator before I got affiliated to this channel. And well, number 9, I got plenty to say about these entertainment wars. It's a good thing we have 0 viewers at this second. Anyway, thank God that this is a brand new channel because no one's going to hear me say this as I say it anyway. But, and here's a disclaimer. I have to do this for legal reasons. My opinions, nor my verbal expressions, do not represent the likeness or even specifically the very opinions of Starman Presents as a network, as a company, as an entertainment platform. My opinions do not represent any of that. My expressions do not represent Sean. My opinions and expressions do not represent anyone else affiliated to any of these channels on the network. But fuck you, MM. Sean won't say it like that, but that's it's not a personal vendetta anymore because I've outgrown a personal vendetta with United Music Mafia. I've outgrown you. I mean, speaking of competition, I've seen y'all's numbers. Yeah, y'all can pay people to allow you to perform on their stages. But most of the time, whenever you're being paid to perform, you flex the money after the show, not before it. What happened to the money after the show? Did you just spend $2,000 to perform at this nightclub? How many more followers did you get that night? And it's not like you guys won't see me taking losses. I take losses for sure, especially just in entertainment alone. I mean, hell, I'm a 1099A worker. There's a lot of investment just for my day-to-day job. But man, I'd be lying if I didn't say I had a extra personal relationship with UMM. Not currently standing, but I'll be the first. I'll be the first and only one to say it. If something ever happened on that front, I will be the first and last person to do something about that if it comes to like an entertainment war, specifically an entertainment war. One, because I don't need any fucking help. Most of the people around here need my help, including people like old Whitlow. He didn't realize he needed it until I was far gone. Which explains the resentment. And the constant need to steal ideas and copy and paste them into your own bullshit scheme. And y'all got weird, really fucked up ways of monetizing what y'all do. Y'all should ask my record label or my distributor who I've gained multiple record deals, multiple distribution deals. Ask them how many times I've had to pay to get my shit out there to the whole planet. Which explains my resentment to them. Because I've never had to pay. People want to pay for that type of shit. From people like me. Every day. So if anything ever happened on that front, it wouldn't last long. Because I wouldn't let it. Because it's not worth dignifying with more than here's a single. Why don't you sleep on that, bitch? And then that'll be on with that, and it'll be like, all right, now, what's next? Are we going out to eat? Like, I'm kind of hungry, you know. Just be, it just be a in the wind. And with that being said, moving right along, This was a good night. I enjoyed speaking with Sean. I really wish I had like the know all at all to pick up anything that he kind of left out, but the only thing left to say is there's really one thing left to say, folks. And that is that if you've made it this far, thank you. Please do us a favor, like and subscribe. I didn't have to make this ticker, but I'm using it. Like and subscribe. We're bringing you new content on a new channel. If you guys like live, long form videos, live streams, all that shit, this is the channel. Starman Presents. If you guys like short form, like shorts, little 30-second, 60-second, fucking 2-minute, 120-second clips, go to Starman Films Global. Do you like music? I like music. Go to, hold on. I gotta make sure I got this right because I'm like chief executive of like 30 different accounts. Yeah, okay, yeah. So just Lore Music. Lore Music on YouTube. We only have one video up there right now. It's a visualizer from yours truly. It's from a debut album that I had when I first started releasing music under Sony Music Group via their daughter company, The Orchard. No, I was not signed to Sony. I had my own independent, like by myself, no manager, none of that, record deal with Lore Music Group, and then we gained a distribution deal for each individual artist, myself included, with The Orchard under Sony Music Group. It was my debut. Horizon, check it out, from Mach 1, the EP. There's more stuff to come. I'm just waiting on other people to start uploading their music from the record label so I can do more of my own. Otherwise, it's just going to be nothing but my music, and then then I look weird. Because I alone am not the record label. We certainly have a whole lot of wonderful artists. I was the second highest streaming artist that we had on the record label with Sony, but I'm not going to talk about that. I won't say my artist name, which was the second highest streaming artist under Sony. I won't say it. Jane's Cry was my name. So y'all go check that out. Lore Music on YouTube. Starman Presents is where it's at for the long form. Go to Starman Films Global for the short form content. If you guys like what you see on any one of those, please like whatever you saw that actually attracted you to the channel. Comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we release a video, upload a short, or go live like we are now. I mean, like, come on, it's YouTube. Y'all know what's going on. We can't, like Sean said, look, I've got a camera. I'm a creator now. Mom, do you love me? I'm just like everyone else. Love me, I'm a content creator. Ah!